Hey dolls, welcome back. Thanks for clicking on the video and being here. In today's video, I did this fall rustic glam look. I think I'm gonna call it like a pumpkin spice look because like just the word pumpkin spice or the saying pumpkin spice makes me all excited. And this definitely reminds me of that. It's full fall, full like warm colors. Like, who doesn't love that? That's my favorite. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this look, then let's go get started and keep watching. Oh yeah, by the way, one more thing. Please subscribe if you have not already subscribed. It definitely does help me out and I would love to have you here for all my future videos. Okay, thanks. Let's get started. Alright guys, I already started my base. You guys have already seen that a couple times, so I will list in the description box everything that I used, but I'm not going to show it in the video. We're actually going to go straight on to the eyes. I already laid down my foundation, my concealer, some powder, and did my brows. So today we're actually going to use the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I like this palette a lot. I actually was given this from a coworker that I work with, and she was so sweet. She's like, I would never use this, and she gave it to me, and I really appreciate her. She always thinks of me, and I love her for that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use this. I'm gonna take the slip out, and I don't know, it just fell. I have used it a couple times. Mine still looks rather pretty. I don't use it as often as I wish I did because I'm not even gonna lie, a lot of these colors are intimidating. So a lot of times, like I said, I don't wear that much eyeshadow, so I don't dip into as much as I wish I would, but it's just so beautiful. And definitely for the look that we're going today, all of these colors right here kind of fit in what I'm looking for. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use this today. We are gonna start, I think it's called Silk Cream and MFEO, but they're these two colors right here on the top row. I'm gonna go ahead and mix them together. And that's going to be starting my, like, transition work. And I went ahead and zoomed you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. So this is my Sephora Pro Crease number 10 brush. I've said before, I absolutely love this brush. It works really, really well for blending out shadows, like transition shades in the crease. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a nice layer. By the way, I did not put any primer. I never really do. My eyeshadows usually last pretty well. All I do is put concealer, the same concealer I use under my eyes. Today was the Tarte Shape Tape. And now going in with a MAC 217 brush, I'm going to go into the shade called Pukey. It's like the middle shade in that second row. It's definitely like a really, I don't know, it looks like puke. I guess she named it really well. It's just a really nice warm like brown. And I'm going to kind of take this going like directly in my crease. And I'm going to go ahead and build it up. So the transition shade, I pretty much took that like above my crease and kind of blended it up. This one is going to go directly into my crease. So I'm pretty much just adding more dimension to get that more rustic fall pumpkin spice-ish effect. Okay, and still taking that same MAC 217 brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Roxanne and Hunts. So Roxanne is a little bit underneath Pukey, and then Roxanne is a little bit to the I guess if I'm looking at it, it's my right. So I'm going to take those and kind of mix them together on that same brush. And then I'm going to go ahead and continue to build that lower crease area. And I love this kind of like rustic, burnt, orangish brown color. It's definitely going to look pretty and add like a pop of color and more like fall-like when we get to the end of our eye look. Thankfully, there's not a lot of fallout on these shadows. I did put some powder down to catch any fallout if I did have any, but thankfully there is not. I do have some kick up in the pan, but that's pretty normal with shadows and it doesn't bother me at all. But like I said, I don't have any fallout underneath my eyes. So these shades are very blendable and working so well, so nicely. I'm just going back in with my first blending brush and kind of cleaning it up a little bit. One thing I have learned with eye looks, it's all about layering color, and that's going to allow you to get the most like glammed, smoky, just beautiful blended like eye look, I guess, if that's what I'm trying to say. Is it's just being patient with blending colors and like combining colors, and all those colors together like in unison is what makes the really beautiful like smoky eye look. So I wasn't going to keep this makeup look matte, but now looking at it, I kind of do like the matte look. I actually was going to use this Dose of Colors Block Party shade in the shade Encore. This Block Party shadow in the shade Encore. It literally is one of my favorites. I use it all the time, and I don't know what screams pumpkin spice and fall like this color. You could definitely go in with that and it would look so beautiful. I love this shade. I think out of the whole, like all the shades in this whole collection, this is the one to get. If you don't have it, you should get it. But I'm actually going to go ahead and just keep this matte. So what I'm going to do is just take this matte brown shade right here. It is the shade Mocha, and I'm going to apply that all over my lid. I'm going to start off a little bit on my finger just because I always start every lid shade with my finger. And then I'm going to go in with the MAC 242 brush afterwards to further blend it out. But I just feel like the most best pigment is on the finger at first. So I'm going to go ahead and just add that. And I feel like that's definitely like the rustic fall, like pumpkin spice look that I am going for. I am getting a little bit of fallout on this shade, but that's exactly why we put down that white powder, so it doesn't mess up our concealer or foundation or anything. Now I'm just going back into those burnt orange transition shades. They are the shade Roxanne and Hunts, and I'm just gonna go in and blend the brown shade, well, like the lid brown shade that we put down with those burnt orange colors. I'm gonna go ahead and blend those shades out. And then you can even go back into our first transition shades, which was Silk Cream and MFEO. And then even blend those orange shades together. And I always kind of like to try to blend this area too, so it doesn't look really harsh and like weird. I always try to like blend up right here. I do have hooded eyes, so I always try to like blend up, because sometimes when I'm just looking directly like this, you can't even like see shadows sometimes. So I like to like always kind of blend up a little bit. And then sometimes during blending, you can lose the intensity of the lid shade. So I'm going to go back in with the shade Mocha and add just a little more of that chocolate brown mocha color to the lid. Okay, I'm gonna take my powder brush. This is a Real Techniques powder brush. It's pretty big and fluffy. I love this brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and dust off all that bakage that I had under there. And then we're gonna work on our lower lash line. So what I'm going to do is take the mocha color. Let me grab a pencil brush. This is a Crown C513 brush. And I'm gonna place that, I guess, really close to my lower lash line. Kind of like packing on the color. And if you want this super blown out smoky, you can go ahead and bring it all the way down as well. And I always kind of like bring this up to connect with the upper eye work area, so it looks unison like one. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in with Roxanne, this shade Roxanne, and then after that I'm gonna go in with Pukey and blend that out. So first I'm gonna start with Roxanne because I want what I did on the upper eye to kind of also reflect on the lower lash line. So I'm just gonna take Roxanne and start blending that baby out. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this Tarte Sexy Kitten Black eye like liner. I'm not doing no wing, it's just I'm going to put lashes on. So when I put lashes on, I just want to make sure that you can't see the band. So I kind of just draw like this, the thinnest like line across my lashes. You could even do this with shadow, like a dark brown or black. So I'm going to go ahead and use this, but you could also do it with shadow in a really thin like pencil brush or just a very, very thin brush. So I went ahead and added some mascara. This is the NYX On The Rise mascara. I added just a small layer to my top lashes. And then I'm going to go in with these e.l.f. Whaley Hung. I don't know, I probably butchered that, but these are it. I've already worn them before. And I'm going to go ahead and apply some lash glue. The one I use is the Kiss Strip Adhesive in clear. I do want to go get the black one though. Even though I do like this one a lot and I like the formula, it does not irritate my eyes. Sometimes I do notice that it stains like white and then I have to cover it up a lot. So I am going to get the black one as soon as this runs out. So I'm going to go ahead and run a thin coat. And then while my lash glue is drying, I don't like to put them on right away because I need them to be tacky for them to stick. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone. This is that Makeup Geek concealer that I love so much. I'm going to take the shade and Light and Beam, which is these two shades right here from the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm just going to kind of combine them, mix them together, and then I'm going to go ahead and just highlight my brow bone right there. Wow, that is such a pop-in highlight. I might have to tone that down a little bit because I'm not sure if I'm liking that color. I feel like I want it to be more gold, and this looks more white. So I'm actually going to take, this is the highlighter that I'm going to wear today. This is the Bobbi Brown. It's the Bronze Glow highlight, and I'm going to take some of that and I'm going to go ahead and kind of mix that together. And I'll just go ahead and take that same Bronze Glow highlight and then highlight the inner corner of my eye, like the tear duct. Okay, and lastly for the eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and add, this is MAC, I think it's called Costa Riche. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the lower lash line and upper lash line. I think it's just a pretty color for brown eyes that you don't have to put a harsh black. It's just a really pretty rich brown. So I went ahead and applied my lashes off camera. I also filled in my brows, and I went ahead and used the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and set. That's what I used on my brows. I used that to set them. And I'm going to go ahead and put some more mascara. Again, this is the NYX On The Rise. And I'm going to go ahead and put some on my lower lash line as I'm waiting for my lashes to dry because they're still kind of wet. I'm just going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my face. This is the Hoola Caramel bronzer. And I'm going to go ahead and use, this is a Moda brush. I don't know, I received it in a Boxy Charm and I actually really do like this brush. So I'm going to go ahead and take that and bronze up my face. Just again, be careful because this bronzer is really pigmented. So you only need a little bit. So be careful how much you put on. I definitely do love the color of this bronzer. And do a little bit on my forehead. And again, make sure you blend it out because it's definitely pigmented. And then I always, again, like to do underneath my chin because I have a little extra goodness, extra fat right there. So I like to make sure I cover it all up. I'm really just going to contour a little bit of my nose and a little bit of my cheek. This is the Marc Jacobs. It's the Tantastic 104 bronzer. Everyone loved this when it came out. I still use it. I mean, how are you going to finish that? That pan is massive. So I still use it and I still like it. It's definitely that ashy tone that you want when you're going to contour. So I always do a little bit underneath my bottom lip. And then again with the NARS Ita, then I'm going to go ahead and take this down my nose to define it a little bit, like just to get a little contoured. Mine still smells really good. Remember when everyone first got them, they were like coconutty? I feel like I can still smell mine. And I've probably had mine for probably about a year. And then I'm just going to contour a little bit of my cheek. Okay, I'm going back in with that Cover FX powder, and then I'm just going to clean up a little bit under where I bronzed and contoured. I'll let that sit for a little bit, and then also a little bit down my nose. For blush, I don't know what color I'm going to take. Oh, drop everything. I think I'm just going to go in with this Wet n Wild Mellow Wine. It's like an everyday wearable color. It definitely looks very like rosy, very natural. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. And this is a Coastal, oh my God, I'm dropping everything. This is a Coastal Scents brush. It's the BRC N25. And I'm just going to like press that into kind of like the apples of my cheeks and blend a little bit. And do that over here to this side. Yeah, I totally think it matches this look. I also think I put too much blush on, but whatever. Blush is the first thing to fade, remember? So it's okay if we put a lot because it's going to be the first thing to fade and we can always just blend it out or add more powder to make it a little bit more wearable or more toned down. For highlight, like we said earlier, I'm going to go in with this Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow highlight. And then this is a Morphe M310 brush. I'm going to go ahead and use it. It's a fan brush. I do like these things. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight, again, just the apples of my cheek. And you can kind of take it a little bit up, not too much. Just kind of place the color and wiggle it around. I feel like it definitely goes with today's look. That's really pretty. I like that a lot. All right, and then I'm going to dust off some of that bakage on my nose so I can highlight my nose. And then while I'm at it, I'm actually going to just go ahead and dust off all of it. And a little bit on my Cupid's bow. My mom's favorite. So for today's lip, I'm actually going to go ahead and use Max Spice. It's been around for a while. It's an OG. And then I'm going to use the Too Faced Melted Matte Lip in the shade Pumpkin Spice. I mean, nothing is more fitting for this look but this shade. Again, this I think I got in a holiday collection set last year. I haven't looked, but I think they have a similar shade, and I will go ahead and link that in the description box below, something that's very similar to this. These are like mini sizes, but I think the one that they have this year is kind of like a gingerbread shade, but it's full size that you can buy, and it's very, very similar to that shade. And once you outline them, like always, I like to kind of just fill them in. It makes your lipstick last a lot longer, even through eating and drinking pretty much all day. Even when I fly, I never apply my lipstick, reapply my lipstick. It lasts for me just by doing this. And then I'm going to take the shade Pumpkin Spice from Too Faced and fill in my lips. So it's a pretty color. I just like to take my finger at the end and pat it all in, make sure that it's nice in unison and blended and just rockin'. The final step is this all-nighter setting spray. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face so my makeup will last. And just like that, we are done. I'm gonna go ahead and take my clip out of my hair. All right, guys, so this is the final look. I definitely do like how it came out. This is one of my like favorite times of the year. Fall is so beautiful. All the leaves are falling, all the leaves are changing colors, and this totally reminds me of those colors. They're very warm, they're very like, they make me feel like it's giving me a hug. But I definitely do like this look. If you do recreate it, please tag me. All my social medias are LAYYAHDOLL. I'll write it out exactly how it's spelled. And yeah, please let me know in the comments what you think. Will you recreate this look? What's your favorite season? Definitely fall is mine for football, for the colors, for the drinks, for the holidays. Everything about fall is right up my alley. So thanks again for joining me in this tutorial. Again, please like if you did like this video, and please subscribe. Leave me a comment down below, come say hi, and thank you for joining me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!